Hi, and welcome to a new series of guitar lessons that I'm going to start here January 2015. I'm going to call these the Classic Licks of the Month, and these are going to be famous or interesting or fun licks from a variety of great old electric blues songs from the 50s or the 60s. I'm going to try to do a lot of requests. I've had a couple requests over the last few months for some lessons on a few specific licks, and so I'm going to start out with those. I'll do one of these each month. And if you have any specific requests from any old blues songs, then let me know, and I'll work them into the schedule. I'm going to start out with a lick that I taught briefly in my lesson series on the guitar playing of Hubert Sumlin, my Classic Licks series. And I used one lick in that series that I didn't really explain, and so I'm going to start off with this. And this is the introduction to a Wolf song called Shake It For Me. Shake it for me, shake it for me, baby. I think it's just Shake It For Me. And there's a couple different versions of the song. There's one he does for chess on a recorded version, and there's another one he does live, and it's on a Howlin' Wolf Live in Germany CD. I'm not sure when he did that, but Hubert Sumlin is playing guitar on both. So let me start out, and I'll show you the version first of all on the chess recording. I have these tabbed out, and you can access the tab. I have a link to it in the introduction or the video description up above here. Okay, so we're going to start out, and this first version is going to be played in the key of B, which is kind of an odd key, but that's what it sounds like. Maybe it's C, maybe it's B flat, but when I tune my guitar, play along with the recording, I get the key of B. And really, to know this lick, let me play it for you all the way through, and then we'll break it down. First, I'll show you the recorded version, then I'll show you the live version. And you can use both of these, or one, or whatever you want to do with them. So it starts like this. And that's the introduction to the chess record version. It's on a Howlin' Wolf box set that I got from a friend of mine. It's in B. So what you need to know is he's playing over the first position bar chords, going from the 5 to the 4 to the 1. So the 5 is going to be an F sharp, the 4 is going to be an E, and the 1 is going to be a B. And the lick that he's playing, let me just show it to you on the 1 first. It might be easier for you to see it, then we'll move it up here. So the basic lick is he's going to be going into this double stop on the 3rd and the 1st string. When I go on the B and the 1, it's going to be right over that chord shape. So the 1, my first finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the 1st string. My second finger is going to be on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, and I'm going to slide into it from 1 fret below. So 3rd string, slide, and then 1st string. That little lick is really important. Also the chord shape. The major chord shape, that's a B chord. It's just my F shape brought up here to the 7th fret, first finger on both strings, 1st and 2nd string. Second finger on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, ring finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string. And then to make that a 7th, I take my pinky and stick it on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. Now those are different forms of the same chord. There's a B, here's a B, and here's a B7. So the introduction to this version of Shake It For Me Baby, and it's going to be the same with the live version. We're going to follow the same pattern, just in a different key. So he starts out on the F sharp, sliding into it, and he's going with his second finger on the 14th fret of the 3rd string, sliding to the 15th fret. Then his first finger is going to get the 14th fret of the 1st string. So the first part of it is, whoops, sorry. And then when he does that, he's got to very quickly hit a major chord, F sharp major. So like this. And then to me it sounds like he's getting the 7th, which he does by putting his pinky on the 17th fret, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17th fret of the 2nd string. I hear this when I listen to it. Now I could just be staying on the major, doing this. But I think I hear a 7th in there. And then he goes to the E, the 4 chord. He's going to do that same lick, this time from the 12th to the 13th on the 3rd string, and the 12th fret on the 1st string. And here, I think he's getting a 7th, So he does the lick, E7, and he does this little hammer-on pull-off from the 10th fret of the 2nd string to the 14th, something like that. So it's like this. And then he's going to get the major chord. It's kind of tricky. It's a neat little thing here. So he does this. Whoops, I hit a bad string there. Kind of neat, kind of complicated. It takes a little bit to cram all that stuff in there. So far we got... And he comes up to the 1. It sounds like he's playing that lick, and he's getting a little, maybe he's muffling it with his right hand palm, muting it. So he's just playing the lick and then hitting the major chord, B major, muted. Then he's going to wrap it up. Sounds like he's just getting the 9th fret of the 5th string, the bass, which is the F sharp on the 5. I don't hear the chord. You might hear this. I just hear the 1 string. So that whole lick again. And then he goes into the song. That is a cool sequence to play. You could use that as the introduction to that song or another one. You could also play it in a solo as you go from the 5 to the 4 to the 1. You could use different licks in different parts of your solo. But that is the opening lick that he does for Shake It For Me Baby. Now there's another version, a live version that he does in Germany, where he's playing in B flat. And this time he plays a little differently, like this. And all I'm doing this time is my 1 is my B flat, same idea, but I'm starting on the F. And I'm doing that same lick, but this time I'm getting the 1st string twice. Then I'm going to go from the 16th, 15th to the 13th frets on the 2nd string. Little hammer-on pull-off between the 13th and the 15th frets. So twice. Get that lick. Then he does it again over the E sharp. Is that right? E sharp, D sharp, D flat, E sharp. Is it E flat? E flat, sorry, my bad. And then he just does that lick. And on this version, he's just playing the single string double stop, going from the 6th to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and the 6th fret on the 1st string. And he plays this F 7th chord. Sounds to me like he's getting the 7. Again, he might be muting that quite a bit, but you could play the 1 string too, like he did on the other one. So one more time, let's go through that. And then into the song. So there you have 2 different versions of the introduction for Shake It For Me. Great Howlin' Wolf song, one of my favorites. There's a group from Texas, Anson Funderburg and the Rockets, who did a version of this song back in the 80s. I heard it live, and Anson Funderburg played that same lick a little differently. You can come up with a lot of variations for this. So that is the lick of the month for January 2015. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Listen to the Howlin' Wolf versions of Shake It For Me, and you'll hear this played. And if you can figure out anything else, anything I missed or did wrong, let me know. Hope this was an interesting lesson, and I'll see you back in another month with another classic lick.